Welcome to the Real Double Dose Channel broadcast station, focused on the real reals of real life, love, growth, and of course, elevation within all levels. RDDC is exactly the place where anyone can discover more depth, love, light, and clarity within themselves, and elevate from other people's walks of life, conversations, and questions, along with deeper insights. So tune in and be a part of the Double Doses with Lexus T and RDDC.
Okay. Hello, everybody. This is your sniffling host and your wonderful person that's showing up, and that is Alexis T, for all intents and purposes and beyond, of truth and love. And we also have Mr. Hashtag Flip the Switch himself, Hector Olvera. Yes, that is right. We are back together here, and no matter what platform you've heard the snippets and stuff about, we're back here right now. Hasn't been any pauses, but we're going to do hashtag and excuse the audio. We're trying something different here. We're being transparent with other tech and stuff that we had. It does work out, but we want to have more of the power in our hands for uniting. And don't get me wrong, we love Anchor, we love Spotify, we love all those platforms we're on. But right now we're trying our wonderful annual try for Zoom. Yes. So we're going to do some audio, and you guys will be able to catch the video segments as soon as that bounces back. That is not Hector's fault. That is mine. But you know, your girl's been going through some trauma. Yeah, exactly. But your girl's been going through some things. And if you heard the previous episodes and the journey since at least April, you'll know what's going on. I keep it very, very straight to the point, straight to the heart with what's going on in my personal world and the things beyond. But count it all joy. We're here. So let's welcome back to the show. Hashtag Flip the Switch. This is going to be hashtag RDC with the Real Double Dose. And we're coming with spiritandmindelevation.com for any show requests, feedback, or anything under the sun. You can also reach out to us at fliptheswitch.com. And I think that, hey, wait a minute, Hector, wait, is that at Reborn?
Yeah, reborn.com. That's
at
right.
Reborn.com. You see, I'm slow. But we have the Yandex.
Yeah, you almost had it.
I almost had it, but we have the Yandex, the Real Double Dose channel at yandex.com and www.spiritandmindelevation.com. We see all you pouring in, and we see a huge spike with all of you signing up for memberships to be a part of the movement. And don't forget what's going on. I want to actually put Hector on the spot and let him say the rollout of what we're supposed to be offering and having for you awesome people to see if his memory is fresh. What do you think about that? What's up, Bubba? What's up?
You mean in terms of flip the switch, or in terms of what we're about to do right now?
Flip the switch, the goodies that we're offering. Do you remember one or two of them?
Oh, we're gonna have a couple, but for surely I know the big ones are gonna be like the vacation giveaways. And that's gonna be exciting. I love giving away some vacations, man. I haven't been on too many myself, but I think it's going to be great to be able to have people go on that and just take a little bit of time for yourself and be able to, I mean, if you're out there, why not click in and listen to the show while you're at it, right?
Yeah, and absolutely. I thought about staycation for a while, staycation, but yeah, vacation. Yeah. Some of those people have those things going on. But I mean, to follow up on that, we've been announcing different things before, but you're going to have more of a chance. And that is also going to be with our brand new launch of our Facebook group. I said it exclusively private. For those who want to join, you do have to go through a kind of a application process, because we're weeding out, and I say the tire kickers, meaning the negative Nancys and Jims that want to be a part there. You know what I mean? We have enough internet trolls already. We don't have time on this earth to be sitting there doing that. If you need help uplifting or you're depressed, whatever, that's fine. But we will not allow people's bubbles to be popped versus how you feel to have to lash out on someone. So that's the point of the purpose. You know what I mean?
Yeah, it'd be much better if you went in there, and if you did have that negativity already in you, reach out, ask for help, because that's not normally instilled in us as a person, to just be negative. Like, if you're living a good life and you having fun, you don't really need to bring someone else down. So if you're bringing someone down, that means you're already down yourself. So reach out for help. If you do want to be negative, everybody's always there to help. It's just up there to uplift and support each other. That's what we're going to do.
Absolutely.
And that's how we'd love to keep the environment.
And the environment right now is for you to reintroduce yourself, since you're on a roll. What's going on? Let everybody know what's good with you, Mr. Olvera.
I mean, what can I say? I don't like talking about myself a lot, but yes, as I'm Hector Olvera, and I'm a co-host
Is
to
it
Flip the Switch.
Hector or is it Hector Rivera? Because I'm saying everybody who's listening, I was reprimanded a little bit because he was like, I like Hector. And I was like, Hector Rivera. He's like, Hector, I don't know. You know, the Spanish lingo we have. So
it,
yeah, yeah.
it's whichever. It's whichever. I was actually raised on Alex, but I like Hector more. That's my first name. So I'm kind of a little lenient on it. I'm not so hard on one or the other. I just think Hector sounds a little more cool, a little
Well,
more.
we're just gonna stick with Hector because I didn't and Hector, I mean the Alex, don't even go there, people. Don't let him confuse you. We're gonna go with
Yeah,
Hector.
just Hector.
You can say it with your Spanish accent or your English accent, whatever one you feel.
Yeah, whichever.
I had to give him a little bit of a tough time. That's all.
Yeah. Oh yeah. I
So
mean, we get enough of that, don't we?
he is basically one of the presidents of Flip the Switch. And it's gonna be to the point of where we're gonna roll out more of that. And this is kind of what you're getting right here. It's also always gonna be a part of the hashtag Real Double Dose because that's what we have in life. And we're going to be having a little bit more of that. So let's get to a conversation. And I know this was also called the undercoming or the coming forth of hashtag fears to fears. And this is going to be this part right here, hashtag monetize fears. So if you heard the previous episode, that was just posted maybe about a week or so ago, if I'm not mistaken. Could have been 10 days ago. I'm not sure at this point. But when you're hearing that right now, this is the prelude, right? The other one we're talking about to the origination of hashtag monetize fears. So we're going to let a wonderful segment in ourselves go here. So let me read some of this off to you because Hector did the wonderful beginning journey of putting this out here. So you know how we like to go. And what he did was, yeah, we did that. We did that. So monetize fear is okay. So I guess we could go and you want to go in from the notes that you wrote and just kind of go boom, 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 or what are you thinking?
I mean, we could just really go into the conversation. Those are more topics that we can get on within it, but just to break it down from the name in itself.
Okay.
Simple as saying that fear is monetization of fear. And for those of you that don't know, monetization is basically making money off of. So making money off of fear. That's the topic that we're talking about today.
Or in a retrospect way, yeah, monetizations for us gurus and geeks and currency calculator people, which I know I can be. Let's get from a Google perspective if you want to do Alexa, Google, whatever you have on your phone.
Oh, yeah.
So we have one for monetize, just in case, just to give you guys a little bit of it.
Just to be more precise, if mine wasn't good enough.
So monetize is earn revenue from an asset, business, etc. Example, the company has not said how it expects to monetize the game. Second example, convert into or express in the form of currency. Example, Hamilton had monetized the entire federal and state board debts. Now, that is the whole thing with the whole breakdown of that. So to coin, into money, whatever else it is. So we're talking about here, it can be the same thing as fear. Like I was saying in the previous episode, or prelude snippets from the episode, it was monetizing itself comes down to if you say, for example, I think what I was saying with that one is Halloween, right? People capitalize off of fear. They fear, like as far as the masks go, the candy, the spiders, the witches. And you think about all those things. And every year you say, well, let me go ahead and get some candy. And what if another shooting or killing happens? What if someone breaks them at home? What if someone's dressed as Jason or Freddy Krueger, right? I mean, look at that. Just from scary movies of mass murder and chaos, they made a lot of money. Now, I'm not hating on those things. I grew up on Freddy Krueger and Jason. That was one of my brothers. My brother's favorite was Jason, and my favorite was Freddy, even though they scared the bejeebers out of me. I'm
more of a Chucky guy.
Yeah. Chucky was my other one, but I had to deal with too much for that for my Barbies. But it's hard for me to look at my dolls after that happened. But ultimately, the monetization of fear itself is saying, what is capitalizing off our fear? Is it a relationship to where the man or the woman's over the other one and threatening abuse? the fear in their eyes of them leaving or walking out the door? Is it the fact that we can hold stuff over our children's head, or they can hold stuff over ours, and the fear of losing them or losing their respect, which we never had in the first place? Is it the fear of being able to be late for your job, or job insecurity of working yourself to death, of having your replacement happen because you feel like you're so replaceable and nobody ever treats you like you're irreplaceable? It's a lot of things that come with monetized fear, but the main thing, false evidence appearing real itself, is knowing that we don't have to monetize it within ourselves. See, we can't stop the outside world. That's what I was telling when Hector and I were talking. Well, we can't stop that. That's where the monetization came from. Like, man, capitalizing the spirits, the energy. It capitalizes off of that. He knows, like, he's been seeing. So I'm telling you, you guys will be having some ghost adventures if I believed in ghosts, but I don't. I believe in the spirit world. That's what it is. And it's like things be happening. People just want to keep it copacetic and pretend that it is. And that's fine for them. They want to live in that bubble. They don't want to feel any trouble. I got it. I'm on the double. That rhymes. But but at the same time, for here, it's like, it's real talk. A lot of people want to come on peppy, whatever else, but monetizing that is the point of where the problem comes in. Some people say, well, man, I don't know what to do, or this. And I started doing that myself, Hector. I'm telling you. I did a lot of things where I was coming off, and him and I being twin flames, Hector and I, let me give you that little bit of a twin flame story. Him and I are reflectivities and reflections off of each other, not us trying to become twin flames, because we didn't know what the heck we were for months, but we understand that correlation now. And it's every relationship under the sun. Every relationship.
It was very uncanny. The relations we had against each other, like it was crazy. Like we had the same like of tacos and taco meat, the same favorite cheese. Like it was so much detail down to the point.
Allergies.
And then whenever we got into our personalities, it was
fire
like, oh wow.
Allergies, fire sign, all kinds of stuff. The way our thought processes work, there's a lot of stuff, and we're still learning as we go. Whether we're coming from an age of a new age movement, old age movement, it's still the same correlation. It's just different times in life that we experience at different times and different moments. This is his time to shine in this time, and my past can definitely help it shine more in this light now. So I wanted to give you guys that retrospect, but a lot of times we won't have that moment. And my monetization was coming off of, man, every time something was happening, it was like the fear that I felt, I held on to it so it could be monetized. Like I was like, okay, well, it could feed off my fear. Let me let it know. And listen to this, Hector, because I kind of come to this right now, even more so, even later before. Yes. Was I was just when you were asking me, hey, make sure you have faith, Lex, make sure you keep on to that. I was like, man, what is it? And I had to speak very quietly inside of myself. See, you guys, sometimes a conversation, as the creator of all things will say, it needs to be from the in, from within to outward. And I was sitting here like, am I afraid to say my creator's name? I will not hide that. But for me, I had a lot of trauma in California. I had a lot of things that happened that I spoke to you about 300 episodes ago. I don't know, 200 and some odd episodes ago. And don't worry, we'll still have the hashtag Illumination of Self book that you can check that out. And definitely, I hope that you're some of the people that get a chance to have your free copies and come experience the conversation and talk about what's going on with you as well. But it was to the point where I wanted to give, it was almost like I was giving it a deity sacrifice. Okay, well, I'll give you this monetized fear, and then I will still sit here and just try to hide myself away so you won't mess with me. Leave me alone. I don't want to deal with it right now. And then for a while, I'm like, nothing in this world is going to do anything to me more than can be done. The only thing that I have to fear is nothing except not being able to be accepted in the arms of the creator. So that's where I came to now. Does it give me chills? Oh, absolutely. Do I see the Phantom of the Opera feeling? Oh, absolutely. If I see something and I know from a 5th and 7th dimensional that most people can't comprehend that, if I'm more afraid, and Hector knows this as well, and we're talking in a third-party perspective to thousands perspective, because I know a lot of the thousands of ears are listening to this once it airs out. But when I was thousands and thousands and thousands, I'll say that. I know you guys don't like when I just say minimal, but I look at that and I'm thinking, man, like at this point right now, when I look at the whole thing going on with this self, I'm like, man, it's getting bigger than it should be. It's not smaller than it needs to be. It just completely grows into mayhem. It grows into a problem. And that's one thing I don't want to live with that. I don't want to deal with that anymore. I don't know where you guys are coming from with yours, but I dealt with a lot of monetized fear already. And I know one thing's for sure. I fear people, like I was just saying, to bridge off of that. I actually have more fear with people who have more of a issue with, I guess, pretending that nothing else exists besides the man-made world. Those are the people that scare the crap out of me. Not only that, I fear the people who have that like completely crusted mentality and aren't willing to step outside of it.
Mhm.
And it's like, oh, well, I'm not going to step outside to make you feel comfortable. And I'm like, no, I'm trying to make you like, I don't
Yeah.
want you to make me feel comfortable. But have you ever felt that though? Have you ever felt to the point where you talk to people and you know the limitation? I just said it to the girl at the store. She was like, man, sometimes I talk to people and they have a blank stare. I'm like, yeah,
Yeah.
it's not even the point that you're going too deep. It's the point they don't want to remember what the creator made them to be. We have
Amen.
forgotten who we are. That's what it is. Once we're put here, not what we are by the skin and the hair texture and the culturalism, the stupid racism crap that's out there doesn't even really exist. The human race is the only thing that exists. But
That's
it's,
right.
you know what I mean? But they literally, it's like we came here and our spirit had to have complete amnesia. But when we go in these dream states, we remember these worlds and these things. And then all of a sudden we're trying to find it out here. It's like a big matrix. But I'm thinking, man, why are you so afraid to open your eyes? Most certainly, you're going to live once you take a breath and you're going to die with the last breath. So why not explore? Why be so afraid of hashtag monetized fear? What is it? And I'm going to say this to everybody too, and I'm going to ask Hector and pass the mic over to him. Hashtag monetized fear. What is it that you are allowing to monetize you in this fear? Not just the false evidence appearing real, but what is it? Relationship wise, spiritual wise, life wise. What are you afraid of from that? I want you to get a pen and paper. I want you to get to a point to where you say, man, what am I? And I actually got something the other day from Justin and his team. It's called Facing Fears. And I'm going to do a free little webinar on that. It's probably going to be a good 25, 30 minutes. I'm a fire sign. I don't sit there very long doing all that presentation. If you want to get it. And if you don't, then just don't sign up. I love you. We'll have a replay somewhere, but I'm not going to shove it down your throat, but it's something you should look into if you want to enhance your overall journey. But ask yourself this question as Hector takes over right now for a few moments or whatever he wants, and hashtag flip the switch on this one in your mind. What is it that we're allowing to monetize us with the fear? And on top of that, they're monetizing us, whatever it is. We're not even getting paid for it. We're just getting
That's right.
and everything. So what are you getting back in return? Mine was feeling I was protected to let it know that it was monetizing the fear off of me. But I'm like, I still felt on edge. So I want you to ask yourself that question. But anyways, I'm sorry about taking you over like that. But
That's okay.
I had a good time getting there.
Yeah, that was great.
I was coming out of myself. And I told you guys to end it off with this. We all learn something every time we're on here. This is not an act.
Yeah.
It's not just a fake facade. It's always basically 97% just free flowing. And I want you guys to understand this is about helping and what's going on. It's about, we're all coming into our own revelations on different aspects, and we're in the journey with you, not just pointing the journey out to you. That's all.
Oh yeah, 100%. And I think that's a great exercise too to do. Like you asked that question, and I couldn't even think. I'm like, wow, what is a fear that I'm being monetized off of? I think it's a great exercise to try to go and dive deep into yourself to see which ones it is that people use against you.
I would love to know. I love to know. And you know what? This hashtag facing fear webinar, I'm determined for this because we have a faith one coming out, the soul ties, and we've been getting our own growth process to make sure it's the best for you. But I'm telling you, I can't wait. What Hector just said, hashtag take that as a challenge. Come to it. Okay. Exactly. Or write them down. We're going to have a breakout room. I want you guys to really think about what the heck in the world, heck versus heck now. It's just like, but what is it that makes you feel like your fear is being monetized? What is capitalizing off of your fear? And how can you turn it around and start monetizing that yourself? Same thing.
I think that's a great question. That's a great way to look at it.
Hashtag get it, baby. Get it.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to look at myself too, do some insight with myself, and come
Isn't
back
that
on the
good
first
though? This
two.
is such a deep
Yeah.
discussion because like 90% of the things in life we're scared of. Oh, I'm scared to get pregnant and have a baby. I don't want to go through birth until you actually do it. Oh, I'm scared to get a new home. I don't know if I can sustain it. Oh, I'm scared of this new job. And it's like you're monetizing fear. But when do we get paid from all this? What is the payment of it?
Oh, and yeah, and that's exactly what this might be a little bigger conversation that we need to go into some other time, but that's exactly what the school system sets you up to be, is to have that safety net, to be reasonable, quote unquote, and go through the man-made system of getting a 9 to 5, having that security, and just working each and every day, just making
Hashtag.
that your schedule, and basically living to work instead of and working to live. It's
Yeah,
the
hashtag the
same
trip.
thing.
How about you write this note down? We're gonna put this on here. We're gonna put it into fruition. Hashtag the scripted life. Boom. There you
Inside
go.
the stupid
Because
life.
and that's what I told people too. They're like, oh, what about this? Like, well, here's this. If you want to be a cardiologist, I got you. If you want to be a lawyer and doing certain things, there's certain principles of
Oh
school
yeah.
you have to have, and that's what we're both saying here. But when it comes down to it, no. If people want to look at the link, they can email Angela or I or whatever, Tony, and we'll send you the link of the man who actually creates about 90% of the college textbooks. He has not graduated high school nor believes in college, and he laughed on the documentary and said, "Fools." Okay, so he makes multi-millions of dollars selling these expensive textbooks to these college children who are going to have cardiac arrest because they can't keep up with the student loans, let alone anything else. Now, I get it. People
Well,
say, well, we got to
100%.
have something to do. This is monetized fear.
Yeah.
What is everyone going to do with millions of us scrambling around here? We're just twiddling our thumbs. The same thing you should do, journey and have a relationship with the creator.
See, that's the biggest monetized fear too, is the fear of not having a purpose, not having value in yourself. That's why we go through that system, to try to have a sense of purpose, a sense of meaning in ourselves, and be put on the board and go like, look, I add value to my community or to the society. I'm a person of value. And in reality, sometimes we get there and we're like, well, this kind of sucks. Like I
Yeah.
did all this for this, and I'm just in the same routine, same pattern over and over and over. There's a problem here and there, but those are just distractions to keep you from what's really going on, that you're in the same loop over and over and over.
Over
And
and
that's what we saw in that one movie, The Truman Show. You remember when
Yeah.
we watched that?
Mhm.
Yeah, we saw that. He was
A
just in the
Truman
same
Show,
pattern.
everybody, that is featuring Jim Carrey. Sorry about that. I didn't interrupt him,
Yeah.
but just in case you're wondering, the Truman Show was out a while ago, but it's still just fresh, and it stars Jim Carrey and Ed Harrison. So if you want to check that out, we're not sponsored by them, but it's something that we love, and Jim Carrey is amazing, and I
Oh yeah,
love
great
Ed
movie.
Harrison. Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, so basically in the movie, he went and he was raised from birth on a movie set on a little island where they just recorded him day and night. It was a 24-hour broadcast of his life and what he did through everything. Like, he was the main character and everyone else was extras. Like, nobody else played a part. Everybody else knew that he was being watched, that he was, excuse me, that he was being recorded. He was the only one that didn't know. He was the only one that didn't know that he was living that life. And they went and they would go, and whenever he finally ended up realizing and seeing things were a little off, he wanted to kind of get out of the mold, try to see his expansions, where he could go. And he tried getting on an airplane, and they televised a lot of airplane crashes, and there was even a poster in the place that he went to go get a ticket. There was a poster that said something, but it was basically pointing in the direction and giving that fear to him. So he just stayed secluded. And that's basically what that is just, hey, stay secluded, be reasonable, get a job, don't be an entrepreneur, don't follow what you're really made to do, get in this system. This is the safest way to go. That's basically what's happening with the school system and everything that we do. It just keeps us in that, get in, you hop on the boat. We got room for everybody.
The Matrix.
Exactly, the Matrix, really.
Yeah.
We got room for everybody. Anybody can do it, and everybody can do it. And then once you reach there, you're like, well, all that for nothing, really. And
Yeah.
you're still living life unfulfilled without really living up to your purpose and what you were made to do. We each have one where we're each
You know what
created
though?
differently.
That is very true. I mean, I'm interjecting only because that I'm always receiving this energy, and I'm not gonna say it's full astral right now, but I'm receiving the energy from people conversating, saying, "Hey, well, what do I do if I'm not supposed to be a psychologist and this and that?" And the whole thing for that disclaimer, like I said before, you want to go to realdoubledosechannel.blogspot.com. That covers everything underneath the sun. And we're updating our terms and conditions for different things, but it's common sense areas. If you guys want to understand what that means, it means no matter what systematic potion that you're living, it can be done better. Ultimately,
That's
I
right.
will say that you need to always discover your relationship from within. Cliche, no, it's not. The world got so used to saying these things in the little movies and conversations that when you say stuff, it doesn't really hit the heart. They think you're scripted off of a
Oh
movie.
yeah.
That's what they're trying to do. You're numbedified by it. It only happens in the movies. This is from this segment here and this moment here. It's almost like it lives your life for you, like hashtag the metaverse that's happening. I'm just letting us know that if you want to do something, go ahead. But remember something, you're always going to come back full circle to one area. Always going to come back to that one area. What is that one area? Having a relationship solely with the creation itself. This creation itself is always what we're going to yearn for, is always what we're needing, is everything. And that's what I'm saying. When people say, "Oh, I have a lot of people, a lot of my friends, nurses, cardiologists, different." Well, I mean, every level of life, I have met a friend, whether it be sitting out there in the dirt, whether it be one of the most prestigious people. I mean, I met the Prince of Dubai. Amazing. I have a couple of his little invitations in my purse still saying, "Hey, Lex, whenever you're ready to come to Dubai, I will roll out the red carpet." Most of my friends are like, "Oh my gosh," his liaison, one of the fashion designers, they just were like, "Man," I'm like, "I have too much humble pie, really. Let's just sit back and have our own magical mystery ride. Let's just kick back, learn about your life, teach me something about your food. We'll kick it." I'm not one of those need to be lavished and roll out the red carpet. Just give me a nice bath and a massage and put me to sleep. I'm fine. So like I'm fine. Just give me a nice meal, a bath, typical things here, the rusticness. But remember, your monetized fear only has one solution. The only solution that I've ever had is coming full circle to the creator. Everything else has a passionate role, artistry, whatever. Hector has the most beautiful artistry I've ever seen. I mean, it's like Van Gogh and I want to even say Picasso because I feel like it's deeper than that. And for the fact of who he is, his artistry is so amazing. I have to remember, don't have the spirit of envy. I was like, man, I just wish I could just do that. But it's something that belongs to him and it makes me admire him even more. It makes me look up to those things instead of looking at those things and saying that they're mine. Monetizing our fear is something that we should do. And maybe we should do that for ourselves. Let's take it. And I believe that was Do It With Fear. I don't know who it was. I'm not saying Amy Einstein. I can't say names right. I'm not, but I'm so good with the energy. If you're listening to this, Amy, I'm sorry. But it comes down to do it with fear. I was like, do it with it's an episode we had when it's just like, you know what? You got to just move forward. You got to push past that. And the best thing that I ever felt in my life is being able to push past that. I remember before when I couldn't speak like the proper synonyms and conversation, people were like, "Oh man, you need to learn better English. You need to do this. You need to do that. People are going to think this of you. And if you wear this, it's going to look too extra jiggly on you. And if you eat at this place, you're going to be seen over here with these people." And I said, it's not about hashtag YOLO. It's not about hashtag do as thou willst. And I'm going to go over here and parade and shake my fanny and grind and twerk. It's not about that. See, being that way, learning a dance to have fun with in your home or doing something, that's cool. But when you on Instagram or TikTok trying to just get hell of attention, it's different if you're trying to make an escrow out of it and you're trying to monetize it. But what are you still putting out there? You're monetizing some kind of fear as to if you don't solicit yourself like that, basically you're not going to be able to survive. So you're still willing to put a negative seed out there in some asset, because if your child was caught doing it or someone, you might be like, "Oh, hey, calm down. Tell them to take it down a notch, buddy." Well, why? You out here doing, "Oh, it's my profession." Does it make it any better? Absolutely not. So monetizing our fear If we go on to this and now we have another one called hashtag pushing past the pain. I don't even think we said that last night, did we?
I don't think so.
No, but we did now. we, we said it.
Pushing past the pain, yeah.
We said it on 2 episodes already. So now this is confirming it 3. But we're going to be having that hashtag pushing past the pain because it's following up past this. What are we feeling fearful? So let me give you an example of mine. I was dealing, and I still have, and I don't like to speak about these things right now because I'm still trying to sift through it. I'm a Heyoka empath. If you don't know what that is, you can Google it. If you need more information, I'll have Angela give you some information. That's their go-to girl. But that's the highest vibration of an empath. I can feel emotions even from outside of a gas station, from the next person in my car to the dog looking at me through the window. I pick up their vibration so strong, sometimes my nose will bleed. That's how deep it is. So when normal people, quote, quote, normal people, quote, quote, normal people go into a store and go grab something, they always said when you sit down, you're like, man, I just walked into the store and grabbed a bag of chips, but I feel like I just walked through a whole huge crowd of people at the fair. Okay. So when they did that, I was thinking to myself, man, they felt that. You feel wiped out. You ever go into a store, you think, man, I need to lose some weight. I need to work out. A lot of that could be your energy, feeling all the energy around it and the past energy that was there. That's true. So like 60% of that is just your energy, cognitive. That's not even the physical aspect. A person in a wheelchair could be wheeled in there and still feel the same way. So what is it? They don't have an oxygen tank. They're not walking. They're just getting strolled around. So therefore, that's what it is. It's not a manifestation. It's true. So when a person such as myself or the spiritual being that I am or the soul in me goes into something like that, people don't understand. That's why I have a monetized fear of not having the right people around me in my circle. Because I'm like, man, if they don't understand what's going on with me, they're going to drain me or they're going to like throw me out and cast me in the wrong place. That's why I'm a solo dolo type person.
That's right.
So I'm like, people, oh, what's wrong? You don't want to go out to eat? I want to go out to eat. I want to go to the movie. I want to do those things, but my energy is so strong. I have no choice but to be happy in the purpose in which I breathe. That's why it's so easy for me to sit out here and talk to people numerously, not for the fact that I care, but 1 equals 1 million. It's just the fact this is what I have to do. This is the only outlet that I have is to give the seeds to you so I can die empty and someone else can live full. That's all there is to it. I cannot, and I don't want to go to the grave with seeds still left in my body. So I'm going to say this to that. I know Hector's been patient. I know he's been doing his thing, and it's kind of cool because the Zoom thing is new. We don't know how this is going to turn out, but even if it sounds like crap, you guys, we're still going to release it. I mean, that's what we're going to do. We're going to give it to you raw, whether it's flows. It's not supposed to make a bestseller. It's not a paid download. It's not a sponsorship.
Hey, we're human too. We're human too.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. We got the flesh going on. We're not, we know it all when it comes down to how much we've lived already and what we're still learning. We do know it all in those chapters, but we're still on the journey to know more and more and more like everyone is every day. I'm not going to question a professional chef on how to make a risotto with some beautiful shallots on the side when they've done the dish over a couple 100,000 times. I don't know. But I'm just saying, like, I look at that and I will say my fear is being able to shine as bright as I am as beyond the Heyoka. I am afraid of the power I've had for years. I am. I've monetized that fear to be sold to the energies that wish to snuff it out. I let them capitalize off of suppressing the currency of which the creator, God, everything, the Alpha, Omega, Yahweh, Yeshua has given me. And I feel shameful every day I do that. But you know what? I'm waiting for my comeback strong point. I'm sitting here in my cocoon. Huh?
And it's coming.
Yeah, I feel like the cocoon, I feel like I'm in the cocoon and I'm just careful over what kind of bird is pecking, trying to eat me out of my little cocoon. And I'm thinking to myself, you have no idea what you're about to get if you peck through this a little too hard. I'm willing, and I had to sit there. Would I ever deny? No. I would rather obliterate and see things that my eyes can't never take back than to dishonor or to deny my creator. That's how I feel. But when it's happening, I'm trying to get the discernment of what's going on from my monetization. I'm thinking, okay, I got this over here. I got family, I got a relationship, I got life, I got things happening I got so many aspects. I'm trying to keep it all together with this glue that's so weak. So monetizing that is definitely something I need to do. And now I'm doing that. I am actually doing that. I'm taking the power back. I had to have Hector. Of course, I called on my creator from Inner, but I had to have Hector come and be that standhold. And we know the reason beyond the twin flame of why that was there. I was there for a good, huge chunk of his journey so far, and he's here for a monumental chunk of my journey so far. I understand that. And that's what it is. It's beyond that. So I just want to say, I know before you guys were listening and you're asking me, hey, are you down to the TX? We don't want to say that out here now, but we got a little thing now. But that's where it comes from me. I know that now I'm taking that energy, and you're probably asking, well, tell me how. I take that energy now and saying, look, whatever you want to do to put fear in me, whatever you want to manipulate in this human world to try to make me feel like I'm losing a part of myself and everything else is going to gain, you're wrong, because you don't determine the end of my journey or the beginning. That's what it is. Whatever is going on for that, it could be a message of energy. I look at it as a message of energy, not even the mental behind it, but the message of energy, or something trying to mess with you, whatever it is. It's not the monetization it gets from someone on my level. I'll say on the level which I know, that the only thing is an end game or me silencing myself. I'm not going to do that, because I realize you have to get to the biggest steeps and the biggest hurdles before you get to the championship. Right now, I am so close to the tip of the mountain. It has no choice but to shake the freaking earth. It has no choice. It's going to shake me. I'm not going to be comfortable. It's not going to be as far as a freaking flat tire. I remember one week I got 4 flat tires. 4 flat tires doing the same route over and over, just around a couple blocks. And I'm like, there's no way. Even the mechanic was saying, my goodness, what do you mean? The same puncture wound, an inch apart in each tire on the same wheel in the same place? That doesn't happen. And he's been a mechanic for 35 years. So I'm like, no matter what, I still got up and said, hey, can you fix my tire? I never was like, and I think it was the energy that's trying to hold me back was like, man, no matter what we do, she's always sitting there bouncing back. Like, it's a game. Well, let's mess with her on another level. So I feel like everything we're going through, whether it be relationship, it doesn't just have to be a cup pouring mysteriously in your house. I'm just saying it could be someone just randomly treating you like crap one day. It could be something else happening to where you're running out of food or you feel whatever one day. It's something that's going to attack you and is monetizing off of you not doing what you were called to do every day you wake up. That's what it is. Every moment you go through, okay, I'll do it here later. Well, maybe I'll do it. Oh, it's called Do It Scared. That's what it is. I thought about that. Do It Scared. That's the episode.
Do It Scared.
Yeah, I like that. But, anyways, I just want to put that out there. I know I've been having my little energy level, but I wanted to give you my doses. Hector. All day.
I think that was great. That was a great little run. That was like a guitar solo, and you just be going off, and I'm just watching. I'm like, yeah. Getting the favorite point. That's how I felt right now. Yeah, that was spot on too about everything that goes on, and it is deeper than just governments or people monetizing off of us, because it's not just them that can monetize off of us, but also things unseen that go and try to do that and monetize by prolonging God's will for you and God's purpose for you. And with that fear, we go and we get back into that security, as we were talking about before, where you just hop in the system. You're like, come aboard. And my parents actually tried projecting that fear on me too. They tried projecting that on all of us because they didn't really go to school, but they ended up working. They still ended up working, getting pretty decent jobs, working construction. Obviously, that's very hard on the body, but they projected it that way, and they're like, work and get a desk job is much better than being out in the sun and destroying your body. And they tried projecting that off to us. And although, they got a point, it is much better than being at a desk job, but I'm like, I'm not going to take those fears. I'm going to live life the way I want to live it, in a way to experience my own and go my own route. I don't want to take the normal route that everybody takes, because it gets them all to really the same big conjunction, the same big area of unfulfilled, just, I don't know, almost depression-like state. and it's just in the same routine over and over and over. I'm too, I guess, ADD for that kind of thing. Like I
Slow.
would never be able to do a desk job. That's for sure. I can't sit for 8 hours a day. I could barely sit for like an hour and a half. So
I
I
mean,
know
to
I
you
would
guys
be
out
able to
there
do it.
who's listening to this at a desk right now, he doesn't mean it saying it's a bad job. He's not. It's
No,
like,
I'm
well,
not saying it's a bad thing. Yeah, I'm saying like it's
he's
not for
he
me.
didn't know it. I'm just making them fun of it because I was
Oh yeah. Like I think it's
they
great
probably
actually. I
sitting
think
there. I'm
yeah,
sorry
because
about
a
that.
lot of
Sorry.
people that do that, they can very much improve
Some people are
and
good
add
at it. I mean,
value
that's
to
what I'm
people.
saying about it. I'm going
Oh
to
yeah,
interject right here for another purpose, and I say this because heck, there's not
yeah.
use to everyone out here like I am. To say,
Oh yeah, yeah. So I'm still kind of new to this. Sorry if that
yeah. So
offended
I mean,
anyone,
like
but
at the end of the day, he's speaking the truth. That's what it is. So if all
yeah,
you say, well, I mean, a lot of you might have it, especially with COVID. Now, a lot of people are telling me they're sitting down to 9 hours a day. So what he's
neighbors.
saying for that is for his energy type, he would just have to go wing it because he's not.
Hey, but if anyone heard that and took it for that, and they realize that, hey, you know what, I actually don't like this, and that you
Mhm.
want to go on that path, and that could have been something that you were meant to hear and change your trajectory in the way that you were meant to go. So
Absolutely.
regardless of how you took it, try to take it in the most positive way. I didn't mean
I
to
mean,
downplay or
look at
belittle
this right
anyone
here.
else.
Look at this rebuttal. He was just saying I was going on and on like a guitar solo, right? Now, I did was like kind of like, is that shade or was he just
Nah, that was like because the guitar solo was like fire. That's like one of the best parts of
but
the
then it's
song. It's like,
beautiful because
holy,
I love guitar
yeah.
solo. So I'm saying like it's a double whammy of goodness right there. So I was trying to make it
No
to
perception.
that's job. He's saying too, look, hey, you can sit there and do that. Kudos to you, baby. That's what it is. Kudos to you.
Exactly.
And people, I had to stand up for jobs too, 10 hours a day. Different.
Oh yeah,
And it gets to the point where you feel like you're sheep to slaughter. So yeah.
definitely, definitely. It's
And
like,
our parents, and
what's the truth?
to piggyback off of what you said, real quick, can I just say this real quick before you finish it? Is that
Yeah.
I do give love and props to our parents because that's what they were taught, and that's my mom too.
Oh yeah,
Working for the federal and the government, she's like, hey, get a good government or a federal job, go get this. You put in your 50 hours a week, put up your pension, and I was going on vacation, like, oh, I got my vacation time, and I'm like, wait a minute, I just waited all year to get freaking 2 weeks of paid vacation. And then I'm like, wait a minute, it's tax time. I just waited all year just to get back a little bit of what you took from me all year. And so it's a matter of perspective.
oh yeah, exactly. And that's what I mean. Like everything is just. I mean, I still very much implore contentment at what you are because it could definitely be much worse. And if you look back at previous times, you've probably had a much worse position than you are right now. So that's not to tell you where you're at is bad, but it's also to tell you, is it your purpose? Is that where you're supposed to be? And if it's not, try to find out. Down that monetized fear and do that challenge and find out what's holding you back from getting to what you're supposed to do so you can get there and you can be fulfilled. Because a lot of you sitting at a desk, you probably like it. It's probably a good environment and you got friends and everything there. But is it really what you want to do? Is that really where you want to be and just work and sit there for the rest of however long you got left until retirement and then retire and have barely enough to spend and you still got to find a way to work at the end of it when
Well,
you are
I mean, at
retired?
this point right now, let's be real, retirement really don't even exist. I mean,
Yeah.
like
Oh, yeah.
we got to get there now because every retiree is going back to work. They can't even
Yep.
afford their medication by the time they go. So they
Exactly.
got to pick up a part-time job and people say, oh, it keeps them active. But what if they just want to sit back and chill? What
Oh,
if? I
yeah.
mean, you should not have to give 50 to 60 hours of your life away every week and then have
Exactly.
50 or 40 years if you make it that long to work somewhere
Exactly. And that's
like
exactly the thing is you just go and you're over here waiting for that moment. You're waiting for it when you might not even make it to that moment. You're waiting for that end of the time and retirement, 60 years old. I'm gonna go and I'm gonna be at a beachside, kicking it, drinking mojitos or whatever you drink. I don't know. And you don't even make it to there. I whenever I was younger, I didn't even project to make it past 25. So I'm like, I'm not gonna go and get to the same routine just to work until I die. Like, nah, I don't like that.
Well,
I
I mean,
wasn't
not to mention every
built
day,
like that, and
every
I hope a lot of you two aren't. I hope y'all want more.
every day is not promised. So
Exactly.
regardless
So
of
live
what that
every
is
day
or
like
not.
it is your last.
Yeah, but it's still okay. Well, let's bring that back because people can. That's absolutely what we should do. But people who don't have the right contextual levels of thinking about it are going to
Yeah.
say, "Well, you know what? I'm living it up. I'm gonna go ahead." And this is a disclaimer. Hashtag is sad. We got to do these things, but it is what it is. No one's
Yeah. Oh
saying
yeah.
go out there and quit your job. No one's saying go out there and,
Yeah,
and,
that's
and,
good.
and sell your whole business. And I got to be very clear on this for everyone listening: is that this is a mannerism to where you have to use your common sense. Talk to a financial advisor, call the 1-800-SUICIDE hotline, whatever you need to do to reach those things. I implore you to go ahead and do them if you can't reach us, but feel free to do so without any solicitation. We're not about pressing you about anything except what's better for you. So I just
That's
want to
right.
say that when you're on these levels of doing these things, it just means that, hey, YOLO, you only live once. That is very true from the flesh, unless the creator brings you back to it. Now that
Yep.
comes down to you wanting to do what you have to do. If you want a blueprint on doing those things, I'll be welcome to have those and to have you in a special invite for those too. Be sure to look out for the Facebook group that's going to be going on with certain little things we have with those segments broken out. But it doesn't mean you're
That's
trapped.
right.
It does not mean that you don't have to do those things. Live like it is your last moment, because it is. Hector's very right about that. But don't go out there being reckless about it, saying, well,
Oh yeah. Don't make it your last moment.
yeah, I just listened to the RDDC and flipped the switch and it said, hey, I need to live like it's my last day. So I'm spending my whole pension. I'm doing it. No, no, we're not doing the Red Bull lawsuit with wings. We're not doing it, bro. I'm like, we're not doing this. I deny. I plead the 5th and the 6th and the 8th and the 10th. We're not doing it. But you should look at it like, man, I got $1,000 in my account. I got something that I really want to invest in. Let me get the education for it. Let me see what's going on. Let me see how I can utilize this and what kind of help I can get. And let's see if it's going to work out. But don't make it your deity. Don't make it your worship or your idol.
Oh yeah, 100%.
Your whole idol of worship is non-existent because the creator wants no idol. Whether you call, like I said before, whether you want to label as God or the Alpha Omega, whatever you try to name it as, we know what it is. And it's the very reason we even have breath to speak right now. So I just want to say, we're going to be ending off hashtag monetized fear. I'm not sure what it is, how we went, but I love the fact that whatever meat and potatoes we got was really deep for us to have this kind of a conversation, understanding. And we have more coming up. We're going to be having this lukewarm. We'll see how Zoom worked out. And if not, we're still going to push it and get everything ready for you. And hopefully we'll see you on the cast, the live cast. But we're also going to be telling you, yeah, it's going to be fun. It's going to be so fun.
It's going to be good. It's going to be good.
It's all good. Yeah. So I'm thinking from this point right here is what we can do. Take from this whatever you want, replay, go forward, but make sure you take the information that's going on and write down your monetization of fear. What is it that makes you feel monetized by fear? And why is it? And what do you get out of it? And what's going to come out of what had happened? If it's something that happened before, is it something that's coming, or what is it? Because they say when you're anxious, I forgot what it was, but it was so deep. It was like when you're anxious, when you're feeling depressed, you're living in the past. When you're feeling anxious, you're living in the future. And when you feel or chill, you're living in the present, because that's all you got right now.
Amen.
But we have a 10th dimension that has been unveiled by, I believe, hashtag Billy, if I'm not wrong, Billy or Bill Carson. I've been looking at a lot of stuff with that. There's a lot of things to parallel worlds and different things that we're living in. So it goes deep, everybody. Hashtag Nirvana duality coming. Gonna be fun. Gonna be opening up doors.
Oh, there's a lot coming. There's a lot coming.
So this right here is to help the flesh and the mental and emotional. And the things of the spirit are always correlated with that, but it's going to be coming in a lot more. So, Hector, do you want to leave some LOVEEEE with everybody before we get a chance to wrap this up?
Well, I mean, really, I think that the main thing to do is have that relationship with the creator, so he can dwell inside of you, so you can have that discernment above anything to see what that true monetized fear is. Because whenever you go and go for that insight and see what you have as fear that other people or things are monetizing off of, you need that discernment, because at the same time, it's not to be reckless. You're not gonna go like, I'm scared of heights, so I'm gonna jump off, right? I'm not gonna jump off a cliff just
Oh
because I'm
yeah,
not afraid of it. Like you have
absolutely.
to have that. You have to have that discernment, that knowing, to be able to actually see which one is fear and which one is just not being dumb. So
Yeah.
to end that off, I wanna end it off with a Bible verse. I wanna talk about Matthew 10:16. And this one says, Behold, I send you forth as sheep in the midst of wolves. Be ye therefore wise as serpents and harmless as doves.
So
So you just
he decided to throw us a Bible verse, did he?
I had to. I had to.
Wow. Wow. Threw me off completely. Completely. Okay, so let's reread that again.
I think that's a perfect way to end it off. It's Matthew 10:6, verse 16. Behold, I send you forth as sheep in the midst of wolves. Be ye therefore wise as serpents and harmless as doves. We got to go out here and really see that discernment. And it's not to be bold or arrogant like serpents and just go biting everybody. No, it means just to be as wise as them. They know when not to bite. They know when who not to mess with. They see someone that they see is very dangerous, like a mongoose. Cobras aren't going up to mongoose. They try to run away from them. They know what it is. They have that wisdom. And that's what it means, is to be as wise as a serpent. Know what your fear is, but be harmless at the same time. Don't go out there being reckless and making that moment your last. Well, they said live it as it's your last moment, so I'm gonna jump off a cliff. Like same analogy, that's not at all what we're saying. It's just be wise. Have that discernment to be able to tell what is fear and what is wisdom. So that's I think that's the best way to end it off, is with a Bible verse and being able to elaborate on it. And just get into the word yourself. That's a big way to have that discernment as well, is just going and living, breathing the Bible. I mean, it's not to where you have to obsess over it and clutch it to sleep and everything, but it's good to get in the word yourself to be able to chew the meat and spit out the fat.
Okay. Well, you heard it there. Thank you very much for chewing the meat and spitting out the fat. But we're going to get this already hooked up right now with that wonderful ending from Hector. And hopefully we'll be able to give you guys a little bit extra more. So we don't know, but I hope all this is good audio for you all listening and the things happening here.
Oh yeah.
And I just want to say thank you for being a part of hashtag Flip the Switch. This is your girl Lex. And just keep praying, keep your mind focused, and keep the elevation going on. And we will obviously tune in with you again. And remember, hashtag monetize fear. This has been a collaboration with Hector Rivera and Lexus T. And we will be back with you very, very, very soon.